right? So almost every module we have mentioned or talked about communication and how it is critical to whatever we were talking about in that module. So finally, we're going to learn about communication. We're going to look at the pieces, look at what it is and what it isn't, and then why it is so important. So as you read your document this week, know that it is pretty dense. It's not long, but it's pretty dense. So keep these few things we're going to cover in the video in mind as you read. So remember that communication is a process, and it has structure. Good communication is a process with structure. So you're going to learn about the different levels of communication, and how it's very different when we're having a one-on-one meeting. So if I were actually telling you this in person, it would be a very different process of communication than me kind of mass sending this video out. So there's times when both are appropriate, and they have different elements, but it is a process and it has structure. Okay? It also is a skill, which means we can improve it, which means we can build it. So we aren't going to spend a ton of time in this class talking about necessarily building the skill. We're going to look at the elements of it, but we're going to focus more on why it is important and kind of the elements of it, like really understanding it. Because the skills are more basic. Like if you want to improve those skills, you can find that information on the internet. So if you need to improve your listening skills, I promise you there's a YouTube video or a course that will walk you through how to do that. Third is dynamic. So it changes all the time. Like I'm sending you this message right now, but because you're not on the other end, like on a telephone, you're not on the other end letting me know that you're getting the message. I may have to change my message, right? So the same message is going to be there, but when we meet, I may clarify. Okay, did you understand what I said in the video? Tell me what I said in the video. So it's a dynamic process, back and forth, right? And it changes depending on how we're communicating. A speech in front of on a stage is very different than one-on-one communication, which is very different than a written piece of communication. So if you've ever had something you texted or emailed misinterpreted, you get this, okay? We have to go back and we have to fix it, right? We have to explain what we mean. And it's a process. It's fine. It's part of it. And number 4, which is what we've been talking about a lot, is that it's a relationship builder. So without communication, you can't have a relationship. It's absolutely essential. And we send the message in various ways. So there's the message, there's the meta message, there's the verbal, there's the nonverbal, there's all different elements of communication. But we absolutely have to have those in order to have a relationship. And by communicating and ensuring that people are getting our message and understanding it fully, we can actually have the opportunity to build that relationship and make it stronger. And over the last few modules, several examples of that have come up. So this one should not be a surprise to you at this point, because communication rolls into our TMI, right? If a team is going to be effective, it absolutely needs communication in order to create good roles, in order to create a solid climate, in order to plan what the team is even going to do, their goals, their visions, their missions. Communication is the foundation for all of that. Okay. So good luck as you read. If you need me, you know where to find me.